I think the closest comparisons when you consider the history before the player arrived.
Yeah, who is it?
I think it would be maybe a Joe Montana.
Yeah, okay.
Because the 49ers were nothing.
Right.
Especially Super Bowl era.
Right.
Nothing Super Bowl era.
Right.
And then Montana changes everything. And they were among the dregs of the NFL. And maybe the Bills.
Sure.
I mean, the Bills weren't horrible, but you get Jim Kelly and it changes everything.
Definitely, I hear you. Yeah, those are good ones.
So it's, the Broncos have been to a Super Bowl before Elway.
I know, you're right. The Miami was good in the 70s. I got you.
And even though the Bengals have been to a couple Super Bowls, that was like a lifetime ago. They had been so bad after their most recent Super Bowl appearance before last year, and then there's just that 30-plus years without winning a playoff game. They just were regarded as, it's kind of like what would happen if the Lions did it. It's kind of almost to the same extent. Lions or Browns, one of these teams where they've been doormat status sooner than later in the past, and this is a guy who comes in and changes everything, just everything. And I think it's hard for people to get used to it. And that's what's going to be interesting this year. Will teams truly have the target on the backs of the Bengals? Will they benefit from their own history and that people still can't get that, it's the Bengals. This is a measuring stick game for us. There's so many measuring sticks in the AFC. We talked last week about the Bengals being behind the Ravens and the Browns in the betting odds for the AFC North crown. Ravens and Browns at plus 200, Bengals at plus 210. It's not a huge difference, but maybe they benefit, Chris. In a normal year, it'd be like, hey, we're going to prove ourselves by kicking the crap out of the Bengals. This year in the AFC, you just prove yourself by not drowning.
There's going to be those type of challenges every week. You're right. There is. It's for teams in the AFC, yes, most weeks, to your point, are going to be, oh, man, this team and that quarterback's coming into town this week. Oh, man, this team and we got to go play that quarterback this week. I mean, that's where I can't wait for the season itself. And, yeah, it is weird. It's like them, Kansas City, Buffalo. I think there's three teams that, and even maybe even Tennessee you could throw in there that have like a target on their back of being like that kind of team. Because even though you look at the Bengals and go, they went to the Super Bowl, I still think enemy of the people number one in the AFC will be Mahomes and the Chiefs. I still think that'll be the team that most teams are looking at to go, we got to beat them and be better than them to get to the Super Bowl. I know Tyreek Hill's gone, but damn, the Chiefs killed it this offseason too. And then people are crazy to think they're going to fall off earth because they don't have Tyreek Hill when they win every game he doesn't play the last few years, basically, except for like one. So that's where it is a little different, to your point, Mike, than maybe other Super Bowl teams.
I don't know if you saw the video of Patrick Beverley. We're going to actually talk about basketball first.
I love it. I've been watching
the difference in the preparation when playing Chris Paul versus Steph Curry. Chris Paul, go out and have a nice steak dinner, drink some wine, sweat out any hangover in the shoot around. Steph Curry, go to bed at 8 o'clock, turn the phone off, nobody bother me.
Right.
This year in the AFC, it's Steph Curry every damn week.
Yeah, right.
So that benefits the Bengals. In a normal year, the Bengals are the go-to-bed-at-8 team, and the other teams are the go out and have steak and wine. But you're going to have to be buttoned up every week to thrive or survive in the AFC. So in a roundabout way, that does help the Bengals. They don't stand out the way that a defending conference champion usually would.
No, I think that's exactly right. They don't stand out that way. They're not,
everyone's talking about the Bills and Chiefs still.
That's what I mean. That's where they're not the biggest threat, I feel like, to most people in the media or the league. I think most teams look at the Chiefs and Josh Allen still and go, oh, I feel like, again, I'm not going to throw names out there, but I don't know how many people I've talked to in football that go, man, the Bills must be kicking themselves all offseason. The Bills would have won the Super Bowl if they won that game. They would have won the Super Bowl. I mean, that would have been the worst matchup for the Rams because it would have been Josh Allen running around and doing all that in that D-line, and their O-line was a little bit better. So, yes, I mean, to your point, I think
look at where the Bengals are on that graphic.
That is crazy.
Look at where they are. My eyes were like, where are they?
Where are Cowboys ahead of them? What? That is insane. Yes, that's insane.
Hey, Bengal. You know, we talked earlier about shutting out the noise unless you don't. Hey, Joe Burrow. Hey, anybody with the Bengals, print that out and put that everywhere.
Yeah, right.
Put that everywhere. You're allowed to have it in the building now. PointsBet is official sportsbook partner of the National Football League. Print that out and put it everywhere. That is unbelievable to me. The Chargers higher than the Bengals. The Broncos. This still is astounding to me. 3 teams from the AFC West have better odds to win the Super Bowl than the Bengals. Get out of here with that. At least the Browns and the Ravens aren't on there ahead of them.
No, I know, but I think it speaks to the broader point you're making, that people still kind of look at it as the Bengals. People still think it was like a flash in the pan, and it's not. It's just not.
It helps. It helps.
It does
Don't
help.
be upset about it, Bengals fans. It's like the Lions having all their games at 1 o'clock. It helps. It lets you fly under the radar, but also it's going to help guys get a chip on their shoulder. It is going to help the Bengals achieve whatever they're trying to achieve this year.
Yeah, it will. It definitely will. And I think with, a guy like Joe Burrow leading the charge, and then again, you just look at the team, the O-line's going to be better. How good? I don't know. We'll see during training camp, like Joe Burrow said. But their offense on paper, I mean, last year it was close to this. So now you think with the offensive line, they might have the ability to be a little bit like Kansas City, where the offense can be so elite and such a great unit that they're going to play teams, and teams are going to go, damn, we got to play a different way this week. We can't think we're just going to play defense and win the game 20-17. This is Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. They're going to score 28 or 30. We gotta play different game this week. I think they're borderline getting to that area of talent. And then, of course, the defense is no slouch either to go, you better watch out with these guys. I mean, they're big play, like we saw all year. We called them the big play Bengals, and that happened in the Super Bowl against the most physically gifted defense in the whole league.
Yeah, unbelievable. And these highlights just underscore, number one, it's so weird to see the Bengals in that setting and to see it is. And, as you said last year, those helmets that you've hated ever since they started using them, they look a hell of a lot
Kinda
better
cool now.
when you got Joe Burrow and company inside of.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.